Hello there. I'm Susan Swanson, and I am the sales and culinary consultant with Blue Star Appliances. And I'm here at Apt today to talk to you and show you our Blue Star electric wall oven. This wall oven comes with a pizza stone, so what better way to do a demo here at Apt and then to make a couple of pizzas. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can make them in this oven, so that if you have different tastes within your family and people like pizzas different ways, this is a really great appliance to showcase that. I've already preheated the oven to regular bake at 450 degrees. So the first pizza we're going to do here is going to be on straight bake. Should take about 20 minutes. The ingredients I'm using today are all store-bought, so if you have time to run to a Trader Joe's or a Mariano's, you can pick up some dough and some sauce and whatever toppings you like. If you want to get a little more daring, you can actually make all of this from scratch. So I'm going to go ahead and take this pizza and go ahead and put it in here. And the pizza should take about 15 to 20 minutes when you cook it on the tray. You can also preheat your tray if you want a slightly crisper crust. You can have convection on as well, and that will give you differences, and we're going to kind of show you a little bit of each of those today. I'm also going to go ahead and prepare another pizza to show you how we prepare it here so that we can get it ready to put on the pizza stone. Now the pizza stone is actually called a baking stone, so it can be used for more than just pizza. You can do pastries, you can do cookies, you can do breads. Anything that you cook on a cookie sheet basically can be done on the baking stone. Your oven will take about 45 minutes to an hour to preheat with the baking stone in there, because it's kind of like an insulator. So once that oven is preheated, it will not only, it will actually keep that oven warmer longer, and it won't be cycling on and off as often. So it's good to keep in there. It weighs about 40 pounds, so we kind of encourage you to keep it in there. But if you need a quicker reheat for something, you can actually pull that out and turn the oven on without having to use that. I'm going to go ahead and get this dough rolled out. This is kind of a tough dough, so we're just actually going to kind of stretch it instead of roll it, so that we can spread it kind of thin. I'd throw it up, but I don't know how to do that. It'll probably land on my head. All right, we got some little bubbles there. We chose pizzas today because I find that that's something that's pretty universal. With different kinds of crusts coming out now, with alternative crust, cauliflower crust, people are even eating healthy pizzas. So this is a really fun way to engage your family or have a date night, and you can make pizzas and put all your toppings out. When I was a kid, when we had once in a while for our birthday parties, my mom would allow us to invite some friends over, and she would put tons of toppings out on the table. And it was just a really fun way to celebrate with your friends, and everybody kind of have their own thing, and everybody kind of feels a little special that way. So we're just about there. I always put cornmeal underneath. It allows us to slide onto the pizza stone. So we have a paddle here, which you can actually purchase in the store here at Apt. Put a little bit of cornmeal on there, and then your pizza will slide right onto the baking stone. If you don't do that, your toppings will end up on the board without the pizza. So you definitely want to use some cornmeal. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some of that on here. It's important too, if you purchase one of these ovens with the pizza stones in it, that you follow the manual. There's a way that it seasons. It takes about 6 hours to season your pizza board. They highly recommend it. You start at 200 degrees for, I think it's 2 hours. Then you go to 300, 400, and then 500. Everything's in the manual, so make sure you follow that. It just ensures that you won't get any kind of cracking or anything like that on the baking stone. All right. So once you have your dough done, you want to move it to the board before you put all your toppings on it. I've known, especially with kids, they like to get very heavy with their toppings, and then it's very difficult to move your pizza. So you definitely want to do that. Grab some sauce. Okay, just put the sauce here. take that right out to the edges. So every little bit has some sauce. And then we've just got some pepperoni and some mozzarella that we'll put on there as well. Oh, I forgot to aerate. Always aerate your pizza. Don't forget to do this, otherwise you will have a balloon of dough. Preferably aerate it before you get your toppings on it. All right. If you don't have an aerator like this, you can actually just take a fork or anything that's sharp and just make sure you punch some holes in it. The pizza stone actually has a separate setting. The baking stone has a separate setting that you will set, and it's thermostatically controlled. So when you pull it out, you will see a couple of prongs in the back, and the pizza stone will slide right into there, so it's preheating the actual stone. You can also put, if you saute something, you make some chicken in an actual saute pan, you want to actually move it to the oven, you can set it right on that pizza stone as well. You just don't want to put the chicken on the board. You don't want to have any sort of liquid on that board because it can cause it to crack. So always have it in a vehicle unless it's some sort of pastry or bread or cookies. All right. We're starting to get a little bit of caramelization on the top here. You can kind of tell that the dough has gotten kind of dry, so we can see that it's actually baking up quite well. Been in there probably about 5 minutes or so. It'll probably take another 10 or 15 before it's ready. And so if you want a chewy, if you prefer a chewy crust rather than a crispy crust, then I would suggest you bake it exactly how we did on the tray without preheating it. If you want a slightly crisper crust, then you're actually going to put the tray in while the oven is preheating, and you're going to put the pizza right onto the hot tray. And then the crispiest crust is going to be on the pizza stone. Okay, our pizza's just about done. In the meantime, I went ahead and prepared another pizza so that we can show you the difference between straight bake and convection bake and how it changes the appearance of your pizza. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this pizza out. So you can see we've got a beautiful brown crust. We've got the cheese starting to caramelize, and then we've got the nice kind of chewy center. I'm gonna go ahead and switch this over to the bake stone mode. So we actually have to turn this off. And then by clicking this knob, there's gonna be different options here. Oh, sorry, I have to turn it off. I waited too long. Stone bake. And then you have to set your temperature. So we did 450 on the other one. So we're gonna go ahead and do 450 on this one as well. We're gonna leave the convection fan off, and I'm gonna hit start. So that stone's gonna go ahead and preheat. Because the oven's already preheated, it just beeps so we know that the oven's ready to go already. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this one in now, and then we'll go ahead and cut this one so you can hear how nice and crispy the crust is. So here's our stone, right onto the stone. And that should take about 5 or 6 minutes to cook. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and cut this one. Put this over here. This is a pizza slicer that you can buy here as well. I like this because it's nice and long, and when you've got the small roller, sometimes I feel like you can kind of burn your hand as you're rolling through it. So I highly encourage getting one of these. It cuts nice sharp pieces. And then I'll show you the bottom. You've got some nice brown on the bottom as well. When you cook your pizza, the hotter the temperature, the better. You can even go up to 500 degrees. But at 450, I find that's a good temperature because you'll get the browning on the bottom. You'll get some caramelization on the top, but it won't be so caramelized that you don't get some of that stringy cheese when you eat it. Oops. All right. Transfer this over here. Who wants some pizza? Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes or so I'm gonna go ahead and grab the pizza off the pizza stone. Ideally, I would use the peel, but I've got another pizza set up here ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and attempt to use a cutting board and a spatula here to get this one out. Not so bad. There we go. All right, go ahead and cut this one while it's hot. You hear that nice crunch? That's the baking stone. The difference with the baking stone and the cold pan that we use is immediately when that crust hit that stone, it immediately sears it, gets it really super hot, and it starts cooking immediately, as opposed to when you put it on the pan and it has to warm up. So you get more of a chewy crust when you have it on the tray like that one. Okay. Here's the bottom of this one as well. Nice and crispy. The cornmeal's kind of cooked into the dough, which gives you a really nice textural bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, and we're going to go back and add the convection fan. So we're going to go ahead and set the temperature again at 450. Convection fan is on. And then we're gonna go ahead and put this last one on the stone. All right, we're going to get these moved over here. And you know, heat rises, so on this one, you get a little bit more of a stringy cheese. When you bite into it, you're gonna get this ooey gooey cheese here. You can let that go longer if you want that darker caramelization, or you can pop that convection fan on and you'll get the same results either way. So again, the beauty of cooking in these ovens when you have convection and you have a stone and you have a bake setting is you can accommodate a lot of different tastes within your family. The oven is hot enough where if I wanted to put one on the stone and one on a tray, you can do that as well. You would pop one in on the tray, wait about 15 minutes, and then pop your other one on the stone. They'll finish up in the same amount of time so everybody can eat together. Pull this pizza out. Again, this is done on convection. So you can see the difference between these two with the caramelization that you get on the cheese. You get that kind of singed, a little bit of smokiness in it. So for people who really like the toppings kind of really well done, or if you have some very dense vegetables that you're cooking on top and you put them in raw, then you can go ahead and do this with convection because it will cook on the top side as well as on the bottom. So we'll cook those vegetables all the way through. I love that sound. Okay, so here are our 3 pizzas. Again, really just a quick overview. This was done on the tray. You can see the bottom on here, it's kind of a light golden brown. We've got some nice browning on the top as well. This was our pizza stone without convection, a little darker on the bottom because again, that stone was preheated. And then this is on the baking stone with convection. So again, you get that nice browning, you got that cornmeal cooked in, and then you got that nice caramelization on top. So I appreciate you guys joining me today. To find out more about Blue Star Appliances, please visit app.com. Thank you.